afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, Master of Propaganda, Hero of the Reich, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 versus 1 on Holotny Ferme here between the U's M246. Fighting here for the Oberkommando West for the Reich, for the Führer Grenadier Brigade, going up here versus Mohican, fighting for the United States of America. Fighting here for the 2nd Armored Division with the rifle companies of both players here, by within the first 30 seconds have chosen a doctrine. Bulletins are pretty much all infantry. In fact, it's pretty much the exact same bulletins they've got. No surprises there, I guess. Sturmpionier, Volkskriegs following up. Here we got Riflemen and Rearschlons from Mohican. All good there. The Führer Grenadier Brigade was one of 2 brigades formed out of the Führer's, well, bodyguard unit stationed at the Wolfschanze, which were later formed into full units and sort of sent towards the west to fight, though apparently one briefly fought as well on the eastern front before that. Later on they would be formed into full divisions, but initially they fought there in the Ardennes as a brigade-sized formation with armour, infantry and other bits there. 3 battalions full of Panzerfusiliere, and one fun fact is the 3rd battalion in each unit was actually composed of Landesschützen, which were basically the predecessor to the Volkssturm, or the Landsturm actually. Basically a militia of older men, and in this case they were mounted on bicycles while the rest had trucks and whatnot. So, little fun fact there. We got Volkskriegs on the way, Sturmpioniere still there, we got Riflemen. So far from Mohican, only 2 rifle squads, so it looks like of course you might be in here, of course, with the elite riflemen, something a bit more trained, more experienced than the other guys, swept behind their ears and just safely arriving to the front. Volkskriegs has straight to the riflemen, at the same time man engagement up here between Volkskriegs and rear echelons. Barbed wire sandbags being laid down in both cases, though a bit disrupted by the presence of someone, not them. But good use, by the way, of use, by the way, set up sandbags here and there. Good use, good use. Very splendid. Some players like to sort of neglect, well, just neglect, I don't think they like to do it, the sandbags, which can provide them otherwise with heavy cover where there's otherwise none, which is always, I would say, a benefit. There we go. Sturmpionier here versus Riflemen. Awfully close to the Sturmpionier. Sturmpionier should be able to have the advantage of the Sturmgewehr, and there go Riflemen taking a lot of damage there. More Riflemen ringing up forces both flanking from the start there. Riflemen taking heavy losses. Johnny, Joey, and Bob have already fallen, though Dietrich and Heino were also culled in that engagement. Meanwhile, we've got the continued shoot up here. Riflemen joining in to the proceedings. We've got a battle group headquarters up here for use. Whereas Mohican's sort of slowly selling him infantry, he's looked like he's very much relying on elite rifleman training, thus he'll be flooding a bit of manpower, since there's still a notable cooldown to keep in mind here with his ability. Of course, he could also be trying to check out, in which case, I mean, a lieutenant is quick, but no. More riflemen, almost 52. I mean, in this case, Mohican has been rather lucky with his roll of the die, having gotten the Malian already at veteran 2, or almost veteran 2. So small benefit right there for him, obviously not so well there for use, and his Truppen. First they're run off by the Riflemen. Heading down south. Nothing further here though at the moment from use. No sign of his doctrine. He could, for example, call up a Sturm officer for a bit of assistance. That would help him out a bit. A part of me would also say, considering, you know, how things so far proceeding, also the fact he's actually spreading out his troops rather far, I mean, a Kubelwagen should at least sort of stall up some of the advances from Mohican could be a good choice. But of course, an officer supporting the troops could work out quite as well. And the German sort of doctrine did stress a bit on their officers sort of leading from the front, and a bit of independence then sort of their actions in how they sort of proceeded with their orders. I mean, generally, they were given orders, but they generally had some freedom and latitude in how to actually sort of pull them off. Of course, that didn't always happen. There'll still be some senior commanders who basically just expected orders to get done down to the letter. The Sturm officer fighting at the front, zealously leading his men, except there's not really anyone to lead. Cowards, get back here! Fight the Americans, die for your fatherland. Now! Muffles are flanking in, we might get a good shot here. The rifle might even get them right there. Russian fact straight up. He's really hoping to get it at the same time taking the cut off, but looks like he's about to lose the fuel pod. Ambulance on the way there for Mohican. And we've got a captain on the way. I might have figured Lieutenant, but he's actually going for a captain here. Apparently worried that use might have gone for the mechanized regiment. He's calling it a captain and the bazookas. The captain squad will have. Officer falling back there. Well, the officers there, the men are falling back. Lieutenant Dietrich lies dead under a table, most likely. Realizations they're getting cut down. Small victory here for use. His Sturmpionier having overcome the American foe through skill and zeal. But overall map controls right now are not good for using again in that regard. The Kugelwagen with the suppressor ability, while at least initially could help him sort of control the map a bit better, but of course already here with a captain out, of course that's not going to work out so well. So of course 2 bazookas, and that Kugelwagen is going to be a not a Kugelwagen, but actually just a hearse. Rather than pushed away there, doing his best sort of pull back territory. We've got the Schwerer Wehrmacht level moving up. It could be going up for an aggressive Schwer Panzer quarters to try and maintain control here. I mean, that is what some players like to do, set it up at sort of a vital juncture, for example, right around your fuel, maybe the nearest cut-off point. Certainly that is what I prefer to do when I actually play over Commander, which is rather rarely at the moment. Rather than pushed away. You got the Panzer Fusilier here arriving. Essentially only something that was for a longer part of the Großdeutschland Panzer Division, but since the Führer Grenadier and Führer Begleitbrigades brigades were made from the Großdeutschland, they retained the title as well. Later on, though, as more Panzer Corps were made, and sort of more elite units were made, though, the Panzer Fusilier sort of title would appear more and more. And while the game here tried to adopt some more as a reconnaissance unit, Panzer Fusilier was basically just a sort of fancier title of Panzer Grenadier. Fun fact there. Fusiliers, on the other hand, were sort of reconnaissance troops, part elite troops, but they were actually also part only of an infantry division. Longer story there. Got a recon captain moving up here with forces, rather than forces flanking in here. Cap taking heavy loss. In fact, the captain's already given his life for Uncle Sam, for apple pie and freedom, and so did most of his men actually. Having a lot of trouble there. We got the Panzers flanking in there with their Kar 98Ks, with their sharp rifle fire. Sending so damn Yankees running still. Map control is looking pretty bad here for use. Sturmpile pushed away by rifle off. We've got flamethrower swinging out to Mohican's troops. As for his destruction, well, I mean, that matters. Anything else, we're not really seeing much of it beyond that. I mean, he's got the captain. We've yet, for example, seen the Stuart light tank. No anti-tank guns either. No pack car. Oh, getting a Stuart there. The M5A3. There was also the M3A1, I think, or something like that. Stuart. Fun facts there. The Americans never were good at the whole naming conventions. Forces are running to get soldiers and riflemen. Point up north being secured. The Stuart bar where would later be sort of replaced by the M24 Chaffee, though the Chaffee never really saw great numbers to actually be used in the war. But still, it saw service, it saw service. It had a much stronger gun than the Stuart's, 37mm gun. Rather than advancing, Schwer Panzer Corps being set up here. If Mohican wants to stop, it's now or never. But there might be some time particularly if Hughes actually forces retreat there using his Sturm officer, which is certainly something he could do in this case. He's not doing it actually, allowing the Schwer Panzer Corps to take damage. Can't really say, you know, force retreat. And there you go, we do see force retreat actually being used. Shouting some really nasty insults there. He causes the Americans' emotions to break under the severe stress of the officer's harsh language, causing them to break. There you go, the assault continues, and in this case he realises time is out there and pulls back there from the Schwer Panzer Corps as the 37mm AA gun swings into action like a grim Teutonic Reaper. Meanwhile, taking territory here and there. Panzer ready to sort of deal with any vehicles. Rather than cap stop. And we got the Stuart active swinging into action versus the Schwer Panzer Corps. A rather bold manoeuvre there. It still can take some damage there. The Stuart's front armour never was that thick, and overall it was mostly used as either reconnaissance or infantry support by 1945. And there you go, he lost it. He lost the Stuart. They I mean, he's really desperate to get this Panzer Force. If he can get it, it's going to be huge for Mohican. But right here, though, he ends up taking massive casualties. I mean, it was a very high-risk gamble right there, and Mohican lost on that bet. And quite the losses as well. We're talking a captain and a freshly made Stuart light tank. That is pretty much just resources right down the drain. We are talking 240 manpower and 70 fuel gone just like that. So that's definitely going to give Hughes now, whose ROI has been struggling here with map control, a huge boost in terms of what we can do. In particular, then sort of follows up with breakthrough tactics, sort of quickly cut through a lot of the territory and overall increase captured territorial grabbings. And meanwhile, looks like Mohican resorts to sort of solving this with even more riflemen. Come on, guys, get in there and kill some crowds. The more we kill, the more we win. I think. No upgrades probably for the Panzerfusilier. In fact, we get more Panzerfusilier here arriving to the front, marching out and singing jaunty German tunes. Panzerfusilier here under fire from the riflemen. Good president. Off we also got a Kennefer, obviously with Stuart out. Uses begins to get a bit more cautious there with whatever he can cut through at him, which could include a kitchen sink, for all he knows. Rather than pushing up the catching here, actually a bit off guard here. And due to the barbed wire here, it's going to be a bit harder here for you to select defensive position. This rifle quickly advancing here. Foxes are doing what they can. Panzer as well. A quick grenade here and there could help out. No. Steal Handgranate. It's good, but no. None of that. The rifles are bleeding out a bit here. We've got lots of fire there. Burning away at the Krauts. We got additional Panzer arriving, flanking in. And the riflemen are quick to beat a not too brave retreat. And now uses the one sort of with dominant map control over the field here, the victory point wise, is very much behind. Fair particle, and we got a second Stuart light tank on the way from Mohican. Now it's rare to see more than one Stuart light tank be used overall, though it is rare to see any more than one light tank being used in any fight. But there we go. Stuart light tank has mobilized. And the Stuart light tank, while they saw usage for both the Brits, but also the Soviets actually received a bunch of them. Some of them actually they received from the Brits. Later on, they would receive them more directly through the Lend-Lease program from the Americans. They actually quite like the Stuarts, though, compared to, say, other American tanks to receive, like the Sherman tank, which they had a lot of complaints about. Stuart there rolling ahead. Now the assault being assembled here, the officer getting ready to shout his men into action. Looks Aufklärungspanzer there running for use. Probably because of the Stuart light tank, he's not too worried about anything heavy arriving, but even then he's forced a bit caution. There goes Stuart, number 2 striking in here, catching the Raketenwerfer and the Fox a bit off guard there. And Raketenwerfer there lost to the United States of America. Mohican could certainly benefit there from grabbing and turning against the Germans. But there we got large force moving forward with flamethrowers there, really causing trouble. At Mohican here, research grenades could have popped in something there, but instead we see a white phosphorus barrage called in, landing a very, very noxious mix there from above. Obviously pushing back troops there, we got forces versus riflemen. And the Lukes here moving straight through the white phosphorus, the crew choking on the fumes. They're going to be getting the riflemen there. 20mm campfire cannon tearing into those riflemen. Need to be careful with the Stuart about, and there goes Stuart engages, he could try and stun it. Looks like that he's not caring about that, just sending the Lukes pulling back there towards the base. Lots of infantry here for use at the moment. Sandbags being freshly laid down again after the Americans wrecked the previous ones. The hooligans. Nothing further here at the moment from Mohican. No tag up. Then again, he's likely in here for the Sherman EC8. Sherman EC8 there for some heavier armour. Meanwhile, the Stuart light tank's going to have to pull armour duty at the front line for the time being. Looks being repaired, and we've got here a Raketenwerfer on the way. They're taking a few hits here from the Panzerschreck. Looks moving up. And immediately getting the weapon here in a delicious hailstorm. Thirdly, the Dieter enjoying the sight as Americans scatter before his cannon. Stewart falling back, and we've got here time for the mid-game analysis. Current situation is Hughes has gotten a nice chunk of the map here at the moment. Mohican is struggling under the firepower here that Hughes is aiming against him. Lots of Pantrax and Kedmev also makes it a bit difficult there for him to use his Stewart, whereas Mohican's basically only got like Kedmev, and the Stewart's will try and contain the enemy's armor, plus a lot more infantry. So that makes, of course, his one hope seems to be basically at the moment the Sherman EC8. In the longer term, the fuel cache might help up, sort of keep, you know, partly the connection here to the fuel point secure, but also basically sort of supplying more fuel, which could be helpful then, for example, providing it with further armor versus use. Another thought could be maybe adding in a pack out of a bit of artillery or preparing for further enemy armor with an anti-tank gun. He's seen this rare punch at quarters, so obviously there's going to be a potential to have a Panther, in which case more anti-tank assets wouldn't exactly hurt. There's also the option of either going for grenades or a BAR to further increase the firepower right from there versus use his infantry, and that would also, I think, be a strong choice there. For use, I mean, there's good aggression there, he's keeping it on momentum, a bit of breakthrough here and there could help him, but I think some few mines at sort of vital points could do him quite a bit of good as well. An infrared half-tech or maybe some artillery could also help him a bit there, keep the head of Mohican down just a bit, but otherwise the Panther's definitely going to be the priority, I think. And he could always maybe throw in some orbital down for a bit of extra firepower in the longer run as well there. But let's return it to the fight, to the battle du jour. Stewart rolling back there.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
As German jackboots can be heard on the march all across the map.
Ready for combat. Ready. Our riflemen will now be
Stewart
better
light tank
trained
receiving
for
repairs.
deployment.
The Germans, by the way, would also capture Stewarts and put them to good use. Overall, the Germans had a knack for using whatever they got their hands on. An interesting defense here, but overall, with so many flamethrowers being arranged against it, there's not really much chance here without a suppressor weapon or some grenades. Oh, looks, which arrives a bit too late here to save the infantry. Most of the unit turned to, well, ashes. And there you go, Feldwebel Dieter shouts a fire, and lets loose on the Americans. Gaining veterans who won and cautious movement. And there you go, though, we got these EC8 out here for Mohican, 5th Crown machine gun being mounted on top there, the Mardus. Meanwhile, Stewart hitting the infantry, got more Pantrax moving from the north. Stewart needs to pull back here. Now he's going to take off in against these. There he goes, the light tank damage engine. Bad news is taking heavy damage for the Pantrax EC8, so moving down here to engage the Loops. Abandoning the light tank here to a fate most explosive. There we go, Stewart racked apart. Shots bouncing off the rear of the EC8 there as the Lux moves in the other direction. The EC8 there missing its chance and also failing to save its comrades in the light tank. Kedmev bombarding the Germans in the hopes of catching someone with a rocket. Not quite succeeding though. Nothing further here from Mohican. EC8 the rolling, trying to get that Lux, Big cover breaking away as well. Shots going off. And there we go. Lux down. Put. And there you go. Almost got the Kedmev as well, rather than charging forwards. And Kedmev barely makes it. Oh, they're alive. And meanwhile, the Panzer would quickly set up a blocking position, making any further movement there from Mohican a bit difficult, but he still pushes onwards. His men slogging through the open terrain there, straight into the line of fire here. Panzer is opening up. A quick grenade here could do quite a bit of good. Looks like he opts against it. Fox is joining in the fight there. One squad of Panzer is forced away. Still no grenade. You seems very uninterested in actually utilizing grenades. Or for that matter, outbringing these Panzer Fusiliere.
Battle promotion, stand ready!
Not looking good here, not looking good. Again, had he just popped a few grenades, I think he could have overall won that. Oh well. Stumpy got pushed over the flamethrowers. The flamethrowers are definitely giving Mohican though quite a bit of a hands up there at closer quarters engagements. And saying that, and again the G43, so maybe some mobiles done with an MG34 will do a lot there for use, in particular after the loss there of his looks. There you go, officer quickly supervising the situation, quickly turn things against the Americans again in negative cover, low on health, overextended. Without support or reinforcements, they are forced to fall back as the Germans push for another relentless counterattack. Heedless of the casualties.
We are down to 75 points.
75 points though, I mean that's really where users sort of really falling behind you compared to Mohican. That is the victory point department. Possibly straight to the flamethrower, they are rather bunched up, which only makes things easier for the Flammenwerfer. E8 opens up, and there we go, just sends several of the Volksgrenadiers to the great big Reichstag in the sky. And we got these here flanking about like Kedman for quick seed wipe, officer also pushed away, and there we go, one shot for dead Germans. Looks like he's going to wreck it to ensure that use does not put it, well, to use. Which makes sense. Nothing further here though from Mohican, not even the fuel cache, so we should up the fuel income.
Germans have 50 points remaining.
Kedman put out of existence. And usually can now call in the Panther any moment now. He is just moments away there. He just needs a bit of manpower. And the Panther Company can be mobilized for frontline duty. Meanwhile though, uses troops march ever onwards elsewhere on the map. As Mohican does not quite have the firepower to be resisting, but you know the G43 is arriving. Now noting here, Mohican's actually got a ton of riflemen.
We lost an anti-tank gun.
And certainly one wonders maybe a pack house or something else might have not have been a bit more beneficial. Another anti-tank rocket hit, EC8, heavy damage gun 8. 20 killed! 20 killed! Looks like Fox that wiped out as well! Kedman fails to hit at that range! Where did that come from, Fury? Anyways, Kedman there being pushed away. Sturmpani is flanking in. Desperately preparing the EC8 here right under the Germans' noses. Panzerix and flamethrowers being dropped here, by the way. And a rifle squad, 2 rifle squad probably just got wiped for Mohican. That is heavy casualties suffered. And we're now seeing breakthrough being utilised just to quickly cut off the victory point lead here. Down to 35 for use, 35, 33 victory points. And that again, breakthrough is very good at quickly rendering a point neutral. Nasty stuff there, nasty stuff. Panther almost ready, Panther almost ready.
A capture point is being overrun.
Mine was actually laid down there, bursting a flamethrower tank. Incinerating the poor soul who wore it.
We're losing a capture
There we
point.
go, managed to stop the bleed for now. It was a rather close affair here, the officer quickly pulling back as well. We're not intending to getting burned alive for the fatherland. But there you go, Panthers arrived, Panther Company mobilised, we've got the pinlock machine gun going up as well. Good, good, that will definitely increase anti-infantry firepower there versus Mohican's Truppen. Meanwhile, a bit of a desperate engagement here from both sides. Let's make 2 points getting here below at the same time the Mohicans forced to bleed out severely after those rifle squads. And there you go, Panther getting the rifle here, rifle needs to be careful, they're low on health already in front of the Panther. Machine guns are making short work of men, there you go, a final shot there. Kills the last man standing, turning into a living torch. Barely any riflemen there alive. We are seeing some heavy loss there amongst users' troops as well.
Ready for action.
Things looking pretty grim here. We're seeing more being called in. More elite rifleman training. As the other veterans are being slaughtered. We got EC8 on the move again. EC8 on the move. Going to flank here on the Panther damage engine already. Good, good. Shot bounced though. Shot bounced. Keeps moving now. Keeps moving. Keeps moving fast in the attack and turn there. Go nice hit. Stops up. Gets within turn there. Still, he's supposed to be it, but there we go. Panther and we got double Panther on that Volksgrenadier squad. double Pantrax easy, it needs to fall back before it is lit on fire. Another kill there. 22 kills for XE2, higher rate of fire there, higher rate of fire. Oh, wait, no. That's the Soviet tanks. This, of course, sort of gets to the veterans who won. Rather than just shoot some whack. But which is also benefits, this also helps the 50-gun machine gun and the coaxium and hull machine guns to fire more accurately. EC8, though, again, in need of repairs. Another looks on the way here for use. Another looks. More light armor.
Veteran know-how will help us to better prepare our infantry.
Infantry, though, is starting to look a bit grim here as well, though, for use. He's got one veteran T5 Fox squad there with the double Punches Rex. Plenty of Panzer Fusilier. And of course, he's still got the officer, but that's about it, really. Rather than out in the open, are easy targets with the Germans on the position of the officer, who's quick to point out some easy targets there. And the easy taking heavy damage here from the Kenner, so need to be careful. Need to be careful. I mean, he could actually have gone hunting for the Panther, might have found that instead. Instead, you know, he ended up taking a lot of senses down there for it. Losing down smoke, Demon Ice charging in again. He's charging in again. Careful, Mohican, careful. Panzers did take heavy casualties, veteran fought, but at the same time, Kenner was close up. Still got the officer pointing things out. He also got the Moving straight in front, but there we go. Wipes it. Wipes it. That was damn close. Halfway to veterans, he flee.
Germans have 10 points left.
Need to be careful though, if that Kenner gets the crew again, things will get ugly here. Need to get it away, need to get it repaired. You waste there to waste 30 kills. That EC8 right now. And there we go, though. Fossils appear there with a Pantrax and light that Sherman on fire like a Ronson. Another attempted breakthrough. 5 points left there for use. 4 points left. Things begin to look desperate here. Things begin to look desperate. At the same time, though, Mohican's forces have been battered, crippled, and shattered. He's only got men left here as light tanks, medium tanks, and lots of infantry of the much more veteran and heavily armed kind appear, though. So things then going shuffling here. Storm officer pushed away again, caught on his own. But at the same time, we're not counting serious here with the looks. And another easy hit here is available for Mohican. Damage engine on that Luke's Aufklang Panzer. Rather than getting shattered here in front of all this firepower. And there we go, the second EC8 rolls onwards. Things looking desperate because this is the dangerous moment where Mohican could lose his cool and completely just think he just needs to make one reckless assault, take all the victory points, and he's one which could actually give you a chance of basically breaking what is left of Mohican's forces and spirit. So it's rather dangerous here, but at the same time, if Mohican plays his cards correctly, he can win this. I mean, right now, you can't afford to lose the victory point for very long. And he needs to keep them guarded, but here's the thing, he's not. He is not. He's factually his force of very confident in a sense makes sense, but the problem is when he has to defend 2 victory points and can't afford to let them go, he can't afford to set up that kind of way. In fact, the other kind of West actually struggles a bit with that. It's not got the units actually sort of work towards that, and there go Nazi smart and they're wiped. Point render neutral, but at the same time we have another rush here for the northern victory point.
Infantry unit being wiped out.
Damage EC8, they were popping out the crew to help take the point.
Ready for action.
No, no, he moves off the point, he doesn't finish securing it. 9, what are you doing, Hughes? 9. And there we go, point rendered neutral. There's only one victory point left secure, and that is Mohicans. But it's too late, he's trying to take the center one, but it's too late. Had he just remember to take that one instead. GG. Game over, a loss here for you, so rather bloody fight in some regards, but he can strategy had some problems with the rule. You had one massive strategic advantage, that was the victory points due to the rather poor start of use. And that was basically what condemned him, that rather poor start. Had he probably had a cooldown that sort of helped a bit there, that control, sort of controlling the forces of Mohican, he might have stood a better chance, but in the end he didn't, and that rather laid the seeds of his demise. So, you know, sometimes it can be rather hard to have a cool wagon at hand. Otherwise, you make mechanized instead of the battle group headquarters. A flak half tech would have done better. I mean, he basically only used it for, well, reinforcement. He actually didn't use the units whatsoever, and that also hurt a bit as well. I would argue there for use. We're just relying a bit too much on the infantry and the looks. So there were some things there which strategically he could have done better, which overall would have helped him smite. Mohican though made some tactical and strategic mistakes. I mean, fuel cash would be good, but otherwise, that rush against the Schwerpanzer Corps with the Stuart there cost him that. And that rather hurt him as well in terms of teching as well, since he actually ended up replacing it and could otherwise make use of that first Stuart much better to harass and do damage to use. So he was a bit lucky then that basically sort of an opening for use rather gave him the advantage he needed to sort of win through in the end, and he could keep his cool there. I mean, had Mohican lost his cool there, that would have been game over for him. So some rather close action there, some few mistakes, but overall, hopefully you have enjoyed this and hopefully you learned something from it. Hopefully games from DS and matches, some deeper understanding of the game that will help you in future battles to come. If you did, subscribe, tell your friends, share it with everyone. Führerbefehl. If not, send a replay and find some feedback of your own in the comments section. This is Imperial Danger. Cheers and thank you for watching. Bye!